Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here, and today I'm doing my anti-bullying readathon TBR. This readathon was set up by Sarah Churchill and it was actually set up last year in 2014, and I took part then. Sarah Churchill launched it to coincide with Anti-Bullying Week in the UK, and it's such an important thing for me. Bullying is such an important subject for us to be raising awareness of, discussing, airing things out in the open and being there to support each other, whether you've been bullied, whether you're being bullied, whether you've experienced bullying or been around bullying, or you work in an area where bullying might occur. It's not just schools, it's not just children, it can be workplaces. Adults can suffer bullying as well as children, and I just think it's a really important subject to be part of, and I really wanted to be part of this again. I've got a ridiculous TBR for November, but this is so important that I couldn't not take part. So basically all you have to do for this readathon is just to try and read books that contain bullying in the week. Try and push yourself to read as many as possible. Join in the discussions, join in the Goodreads group if you fancy. I'll link all of the details down below, as well as Sarah's announcement video. And so I've picked quite a few books here because I like to have a stack to pick from. There's no way I'm going to read all of these in the week, but I went through the list on the Goodreads group of all the books that have sort of been put on there that contain bullying, and lo and behold I had loads of them on my shelf, so I've pulled them off and I'm going to put them in a stack, and during that week I am going to be focusing on reading as many of these as possible. And because I'm an idiot, I didn't tell you that this readathon is from the 16th to the 22nd of November, so you've still got a couple of weeks if you want to take part, to pick your TBR out, to make any videos, or to Instagram or tweet or whatever you want to do, or just join the Goodreads group and put your TBR in there. Yeah, so you've got a couple of weeks, the 16th to the 22nd of November. So here are the books that I've picked. Firstly, I've picked Asking For It by Louise O'Neill. I really want to read this book. I think it's about bullying. It wasn't on the Goodreads group list for the anti-bully reads. All of the others I've picked were, but this one I think is from the synopsis about a girl, and something happens at a party. She doesn't remember, maybe she's been date raped. It's about sexual consent and betrayal and victim blaming, and it is set in modern day with this sort of smartphone culture, and I think bullying is probably going to be a part of it. My next pick is Reconstructing Amelia by Kimberly McCreight. It's about a single mother. Her daughter is at an exclusive school. She gets a phone call saying her daughter is being suspended. When she turns up a few hours later, her daughter is dead, and it is about her going back and going through her daughter's life and finding out what it might be that made her daughter kill herself. Next is This Song Will Save Your Life by Layla Sales. This is a book about a girl who starts a new school. She has hopes of fitting in, being popular. This doesn't quite work out for her, but in some way she has her music and ends up being part of this sort of underground music scene, and yeah, I'm interested in this one definitely, and it's been on my shelf, so it was on the list and I want to read it. Next up is The List by Siobhan Vivian. This book is about a school. At a certain time of the year, girls are picked from each grade. They pick one prettiest and one ugliest, and they are put on this list that everyone sees, and this story follows 8 very different girls from the school and their lives and self-esteem and school life and how it feels to be victimised and put on this list. Next is Winger by Andrew Smith. I picked this up recently, so a bit of a spoiler for a future book haul, but this is about a boy who I believe gets bullied at sort of a prep boarding school, possibly bullied by sort of the rugby team or something like that, but I have heard really good things, so I'm looking forward to picking this. Next is Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. I believe this is a book about a young boy, a young gay boy who's at school. He's having some sort of email or text relationship or flirtation with another young man that's at the school, but I don't think they know who the other one is, and somebody is blackmailing him, saying they're going to out his secret and bullying him. I believe that's what it's about, but I will know more once I have read it, but I've heard brilliant things about this one. And then the final book is The S Word by Chelsea Pitcher. This book is about a young girl who on prom night sleeps with her best friend's boyfriend, and everyone turns against her and she ends up taking her own life. And I believe it's an exploration of her best friend into actually what it was that caused this girl to take her life, whether it was that or whether there was something else going on as well. Yeah, I really love this. It's all textual, as if someone has actually scratched into the front and written slut all over the front, so I've heard good things about this too. So this is the stack of books that I have on my TBR for the anti-bullying readathon. Are you taking part? What are you reading? Can you recommend any really good bullying books? And yeah, I look forward to seeing your TBRs if you're taking part. I also just briefly want to mention I took part in this last year and I was very new to BookTube, but I did create an anti-bullying readathon tag. It's not very good and I'm slightly embarrassed of my video, but if anybody doesn't want to take part or hasn't got the time to actually do the readathon, maybe you fancy doing the tag. It's still a chance to promote the readathon and to promote the message of talking about bullying and this anti-bullying message. So I'd love to see anybody that wants to do that, so let me know if you decide to. Okay, that's it from me. Bye for now, BookTube.